So we've got, wow, there it goes. Oh my God, are you fucking kidding me? People were in here the whole time and no one said anything? Well, that's lovely. Give me a second. God damn it. That was kind of demoralizing there. All right, from the top. Fuck. God damn it. I'm gonna like rethink and reset my whole train of thought here. All right, this is gonna just be really fast now. Oh my God, what the fuck? All right. Um, so this does not look super good for the Bulls. Yesterday's candle is pretty shitty. So on a daily, this is definitely putting the pressure on hardcore. On the weekly, it's like okay, we're still technically above. No, we're breaching it right now, actually. And on the daily, we haven't done it on the daily yet, but the weeklies, the higher time frames are always more important. But this candle shooting star rejection and all this business, you would have thought that Bitcoin would be able to at least sustain price action above here for like a couple of days, 3 days, or the rest of the weekend. But having an immediate rejection and taking out all of this business with the bodies literally on all this consolidation and getting follow through, that is not a really good sign. And the weekly is also setting up in the next 2 days, roughly. If it opens and closes again below the 21 EMA, we talked about this earlier in the week and last week, I will have to start changing my tune a little bit. I usually like 3 candles on the weekly, so we'll see if it gets one more just to kind of confirm. But man, that's not a really good look for Bitcoin. And even here, we're starting to breach and take out the local low here on the weekly at about 26K roughly. So this is definitely looking a little bit heavy. And really, it's kind of, I was sounding more probably bearish before when I was just talking to myself a second ago. So that was cool. But, the reality is right now, until we really break 24K or we break back above 28,000 now, and ultimately in the macro 31, we're kind of just ping ponging. And we've really just been sideways since early March. Yeah, we've had a like 1 week little pump here, but most of the price action has just been sideways. But this is starting to look a little bit concerning. If this closes down like this too, we get no relief rally this weekend, I would definitely be a little bit concerned. And then next week, if we get another open and close below 21 EMA, I will have to start flipping to the bear side if that were to happen. So that's still a week away. We'll see. And we got a short week next week too. So that's kind of interesting. This is happening right before a long weekend. So futures won't be open Monday. It's Labor Day or Memorial Day or whatever, whichever one it is. I always get those mixed up. Let's go to the monthly real quick. So the monthly, ugh. Yeah, that's not a great candle. I mean, we literally closed below the last 4 months of price action, y'all. Not just 1 month, not just 2, but 4. So more than a quarter of the year, and we have closed below the 21. And now we'll have to see if the open and close below the 21 can happen on the monthly. Now, it's just the first, so we got 29 hold, pretty much the entire month left. And if that were to happen, I would flip back to full on bearish if this does close at the end of the month below here. But right now, I'm really just watching this weekly to see how it reacts. And the one thing that is kind of interesting is we do have bifurcation between some of the different Bitcoin pricing mechanisms, spot and the trust here on GBTC. So we're not lower on GBTC here. You can see we're still on very much bullish posturing. Higher highs, higher lows, riding this trend line. So that's kind of odd. And then also on futures, Yesterday's candle didn't take out all of the business either. So we are a little bit confused, and we're holding on to this swing low too. Is that even happening on the weekly? No, technically on the weekly on futures, it did take out this low here last week, and we technically also did open and close below it as well. So we got a little bit of confusion between the pricing mechanisms for Bitcoin. So that's kind of interesting. And like we watched GBDC last week and talking about it, or I'm sorry, early this week, Monday, how it was bullish, and then we literally get this huge pump on Tuesday. Pretty funny. The charts for the win, y'all. So I mean, this is it's confusing as hell to just keep it short, y'all. Like, so really 24, 31 in the macro. If you don't want to watch charts all the time, weekly, you just want to pop in every couple weeks or whatever. That's the way to do it, I think, right now. And just use those horizontals, 24,000 and 31,000. The only thing I would add to that is if, we could go sideways from here for another month. And so if that were to happen and we get the week or the monthly open and close below the 21, that would look pretty nasty. And then also if this weekly candle closes like this, that would be pretty nasty as well. And Ethereum, funny enough, is printing a vol flash on the 200 MA. So that is a little bit odd too. And it looks like, I'm not sure. It's kind of crazy that this is even printing with a pretty big candle. I mean, I'm just talking about the price. It's about 8% candle at this area. That is pretty interesting. And, just to give bulls a little hopium too, we're still above the 382s on both Bitcoin and Ethereum. And by 382s, I mean the Fibonacci retracements, which you just pull the fib right there, which is all the way about 24K. And then it's a little bit below the horizontal here at about 15. So again, not quite all the way bearish, but definitely putting the pressure on. Litecoin is actually this looks nasty. There's no way to slice this up in a good way. If this open and closes here in the next 6 hours and finishes below 64, that's below all of this range. And that's literally getting into real nasty territory for Litecoin. If that closes, we can be real cautious on that. But if we get another one of these tomorrow through the weekend, we don't get no relief. Whew, man, this thing could easily dump back down into the middle of this range, and that would be mid 50s. So I'm not really going to talk about a lot of these altcoins because they're all just going to have the same pattern, rally, faded. And until Mama Bear or Unicorn Shirt Man actually do something, it's not really going to matter. And the only thing I was talking about here was the H pattern. And so the H pattern is definitely intact. And these are nice because in a few, like 3-4 days or so, this should resolve either to the downside or negate it, right? And so if we go to the downside and open below it, it'll probably target us to about the 9 penny area. But for the H patterns on the bullish end, you want to see it get back above the hump here, which would be about 12.5 cents. And if that were to happen, I'd look for a pretty good rally to 14.20 because it's got to be 420 something, right? TRX is just sideways. I mean, real sandwiched here. This is a very precarious spot for crypto. Dot said, suck it. Look at this bullshit rally. Dot has been so weak for so long. It has had no love. One day it will probably get love, but not right now. Doesn't look like it's happening anytime soon. This is actually getting pretty bearish below 420 because we just have to use 420. No, technically I'm pushing that one a little bit. Technically it is about 440. ADA just barely holding on. Anything below 24, watch out. Really needs to clear back above 27. I'm just, like I said, I'm going to fly through these. Links barely holding on to the edge of its box. Nothing really sexy time there. EOS, everything is kind of the same here. Just rally on Tuesday, Wednesday, no follow through, dump yesterday, and getting just minimal follow through today. Bitcoin Cash had a hell of a candle, up almost 20%. Took out both the EMAs and a major horizontal. But look at this. No follow through. Some bullshit ass Momo just destroyed. Like, oh, look, it's epic. No, just kidding. Now, is this okay if it stays above like 190, mid 190s? Yeah, that you could argue that for sure. I think that's plausible, and we're still above the 21 EMA on Bitcoin Cash. So, not a lot of stuff is in this posturing. So, weirdly enough, Bitcoin Cash is looking more bullish relative to other stuff in the market. Same thing here, rallied to the EMAs and just got rejected so far. So the battle is very real right now, y'all. Wow, look at this. XMR is getting slapped. We are down in 140, looking pretty nasty for XMR. Swing lows like 137. It's not really looking too hot for XMR. We got a short, like the 140 handle is pretty much its support. We start getting comfy back below 140, man. We could easily hit these lows in the low 130s. And then there is some deep trace support here at like mid 120s. Zcash also selling off, looking pretty nasty. Dash is just going sideways. It actually didn't really do shit. Didn't really get any love on Tuesday. Just kind of accepting its low fate here, I guess. Oh, same for Doge. Pump. Is it above this little consolidation? Yeah, this is a little bit better. It's not like Bitcoin and some other stuff where it just sliced through all of its business. So, I mean, above 6.3, I guess it's okay. But man, Bulls just got a lot of work to do, man. Oh, and here's an iteration of the Flash, Vol Flash. Look at this, literally the day before that pop happened. So that's pretty funny, even on short terms. Vol Flash don't play, y'all. STX, yeah, whatever. True, whatever. Y'all, I mean, this is pretty obvious. We've been talking about these numbers for a while. 2.8. Really got to get it back above 3.3. Freaking Radix side. It can't get more sideways than Radix pretty much. It looks like it's about to lose though. 52 below that. Oh man, that really opens the doors to anywhere between probably like in the 4-cent handle. Nasty, kind of same structure here. Last line of defense here is about 1.4, 1.5. Below that, I mean, are you in black hole mode? I think so. No, not quite. Sorry, VeChain's been around a lot longer than I remember. I thought that was a little bit newer, but yeah. So we got here below 1.4 looks pretty nasty. We're just gonna skip all those except for Ton because it's up 10%. We have to look at that one. Wow. Okay, so here's one that's saying suck it. Very nice. Wow. Okay. Shit. This looks really strong above this 150 level. Okay. Okay. Well, looky here. Nice weekly too. It's even attempting to take out this little swing high. All right. Well, hey, what'd the monthly do on it? Not bad. Ton, oddly enough, Ton looks pretty damn bullish above like 160-ish. Very nice move by Ton. Definitely a lot of resistance coming up here at around $2 flat, though. All right, traditional markets. We're back above 4,500 on ES. Very nice pumpage on Tuesday as well. Not so much follow through, but hey, a back above 4,500 is bull time. Yes, we do have the magenta candle of doom here, providing some real good resistance. You can see price tried to get up in there a couple times and got smashed on. Man, if we clear this 45.70 or 45.80 pretty much, I think this thing will make new highs, probably all the way to the 4,700 handle. Right now, though, this does look pretty damn good. Let's go to the monthly. Yeah, monthly, shit, body above last month's. I mean, you can't hate on this chart. I know there's a lot of doom and gloom in markets, man. Like, it's stupid. Nasdaq's up 40% this year. Blah blah blah. Everyone's just so doom and gloomy nowadays. It's kind of annoying, really. But the chart saying, "Hey, we're fine right now." Only I would get concerned if this lost 44.80. If that happened again, then we probably just ping pong again, and I would look for some downward price action. In Q, very lovely bounce off this horizontal. Look at this, like the Jesus man. It's actually getting a little bit further into the magenta candle. If it clears 15.8, let's go. The bulls will be rallying. I mean, these are lovely liquidation breaks off the 21. So I'm not sure why everyone's getting so freaking bearish when we got some pretty nice structure. You know, I mean, the chart's not telling us to be uber bearish right now. In fact, quite the opposite. Let's see. Down, yeah, all of them. Let's go to, look at this. Pump it. Here we go. Up 23 points right after it got to 1900. Little indecision for a couple days, and we are getting follow through. Today, this will have the cross back up on the 21. I mean, this looks really, I mean, you can't be bearish on this now unless it cracks back below 1900. So, pretty nice structure on the rut. Let's see what the DAX is doing. Found support again on this funky ass pattern. I don't know what the hell is going on here, but found support again, so that's cool. Let's see here. Shanghai. Shanghai's got a pretty big saucer pattern here. Looks pretty bearish below 3150. VIX getting absolutely pummeled. We were talking about this last week. If we lose 100 again on VVIX, watch out for VIX to just get absolutely smashed, which we are getting. Wow, holy crap. I think there was a jobs number today, right? Yeah, there was. I wonder what that was. Actually, I don't even really care. Looks like the market doesn't really give a shit about it. Plus, they change it all the time anyway. What did my buddy sent me a message, actually, now that I'm thinking about it? He said, he goes, the BLS messes with your head, man. In June, they originally reported 209,000 jobs. And then the revision 1 a month later, they said, oh, actually, it's only 185. And then 2 months later, they revised June again, down all the way down to 105,000. So it's like, that's why I don't care about news, because it's so just dumb and just like lies. And they bring up old articles from like a year ago to try to help pump certain things. I don't know if the AI is doing that. I don't even know if people are writing articles anymore. I'm not really sure. But it's just like, that's a great example. They literally like, oh, June's amazing. And then it's like 2 months later, like, oh, actually, it's only half of that. Just kidding. One thing that is interesting, though, is we got oil breaking out. That's one of the big moves. Very important. We're about to talk about that. So we've got mega inflation, stagflation kind of scenario. Then we've got oil breaking out, and we've got the jobs market data with bonds rising. I mean, or yields rising. Sorry, not the bonds. The bonds actually been crushed on. But with all of that happening, is a pretty nasty storm. But for some reason, the market is not really giving a shit about it. I guess it just assumes that if it gets too gross, that we'll just pull back on the raising rates and just ease some more and print freaking billion, trillion, gazillion dollars, whatever the hell they're going to do this time. But anyway, I digress a little bit. VIX is saying, suck it. It's literally 1460. It has not been this low since Corona. So there you go. Oil, though, they'll just doctor this number too. They changed the CPI calculation, 9 times last year or something? Pretty crazy. Anyway, beautiful, beautiful chart. Nice liquidation break right to the 21, right to the 55 on the weekly. About the same structure on the daily. Love when you got all that in sync, and this shit is just popping. This does kind of suck, though. I know a lot of people are hurting with just inflation is just hitting us everywhere, and this definitely ain't going to help, because this is about to raise the prices of everything. We get sustained price action up here. That kind of will suck for consumer goods. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, this is a tempting breakout. This looks bullish as fuck above 82.50. There is no slicing that. Even had a little vol flash 2 days ago on Wednesday. Very, very bullish price structure right here. And let's go to the monthly, because we can do that, although I can't see it. Oh, monthly looks good. Open and closed above the 21. Also solidifying that 82 handle. So above 82, oil is uber bullish, man. And look at Nat Gas bouncing again off that low. This one has just been playing like freaking clockwork, man. Looks like it's probably still trying to get up to the 200. About $3, $3.10 is major resistance there. What's up, Dane? Appreciate the follow. Welcome. Yeah, if you ever want me to look at some ticker stuff, just throw it in the troll box. Or you can DM me too, and I'll check it out. Like if you think about it later or something, you can just shoot me a DM and I'll pull it up on the next show that we have, which are Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays in the AM usually. Although I'm haven't been super great about being uber consistent about that. I'm trying to do better, and I will do better over time. Anyway, above $82, this bitch looks like it's on fire. I'll be buying dips on oil stuff when they happen. Or I guess if they happen, it's gonna be like crypto. It just never or wait, crypto goes down a lot. Well, they say it never goes down. Anyway, bonds getting kind of slapped. Well, that's weird. The 30 down a lot, 10-year up. That's interesting. Let's go to TNX. Yeah, rallying pretty good. Look where it did off structure. Came right here to this little swing high, this little cluster. So that's pretty good at about $4. Really wouldn't get super concerned on the overall market unless we cracked like 435, because this could be like a little double top action. But if we crack 435 again on yield and oil keeps rising, yeah, we might have a bit of an issue for the majors. That could definitely be in the cards. Oil. Wait, you dummy. Gold. Sorry about that. Gold. Nice rally off the 200, but it's sideways as hell right here. Look at this. We're right in the middle of all this business at like 1970-ish. This actually looks fairly decent, getting back above the 21 EMA. But, like on gold, we've talked about this for a freaking most of this year. It really needs to just stay and be comfy above 2,000. That is the number, man. And you can see the times that we've tried to do it. Nope. Rejection. Only a little weak ass shooting star doji open and close above 2,000, and then another one. So the only two open and closes above 2K were literally pretty much shooting star dojis. Oh, this one technically is open and close too, but it's also rejection. So y'all know the bears are strong at 2K. It's going to take a lot of momentum to get over 2,000. But if we get like a nice candle that, let's say, has a body that opens and closes and the body goes above 2050 on gold on a weekly, I would look for that bitch to break out. And over long term, we would be targeting our green target box up here between 23 and 25, depending how you like to measure shit. But this is actually looking like a pretty good rally. And shorter term, I do like it above about 1945. Silver has been doing fairly well, bouncing really nice off this horizontal. We got, look at this. We got we got Chrono Cross right here. Lovely. I love this setup, y'all. I watch the show, when they're in chronological order, that's why I call it the Chrono Cross, and they're shortest to longest right on top of each other. That is mega support. I love, love, love those setups. And silver is actually looking pretty good above, y'all already know, 2420. Now we are about to get an open and close above 2420. Let's look at the monthly real quick. Interesting monthly candle. It's like a hammer at the top of range, and it did close above 2420. Okay, nice. So silver is actually building a pretty badass structure here. Very nice, very nice. I think I will be buying dips on this to 2420, and I usually like to use SLV because it's got very liquid options on it. It's the ETF. I'm sure y'all are familiar with that. But yeah, very nice. I like this structure. Very good. One of the better looking charts so far. 970 on platinum looks good above 950, so can't hate on that. Well, did we do monthly gold? I don't know. We didn't do monthly gold. All right, I got to remember the monthly is available now because it just closed yesterday. Look at this little doji right at 2K. How funny, to really reiterate my point about how important 2000 is. Here's another one as well, and a shooting star right beneath it. So you can see all these bodies are literally right at 2,000 on the monthly. And gold usually in precious metals are kind of better to look at higher time frames anyway. But yeah, man, this looks real constructive on the monthly. Actually, this actually looks a lot better on the monthly now that I'm pulling this up above about that 1930, 1950 level on gold. So not too bad. Let's see if miners agree. Yeah, miners don't look as good though. They still got a lot of work to do. They're kind of way down here in the trenches. GDXJ is the same way. Yeah, not quite. So GDX and GDXJ need to do a little bit of work before they can get crunk here. Oh, guys, look at this. Weed stocks. We were talking about this last week. Let's go. We were watching VFF pump, right? We're like, what the hell's going on? Why are they pumping so hard? Is there something coming down the pipeline? And there was. There was. The health department said that they need to deschedule marijuana to Schedule 3. How funny is that? As Bernard Baruch said, show me the charts and I'll tell you the news. We've talked about weed a lot. The only thing that's going to bring the weed sector back, and I strongly believe this, is it being descheduled. That's it. It's been around long enough. There's nothing really else for it to do except for that. And so they announced or said something like that earlier this week, and we had some pretty good pumpage, actually really good pumpage on all of the weed stocks pretty much. Very nice. Let's see. I'm holding MJ still, and I sold all this one. I had this one, GPTB blah blah F, Green Thumb. So I nibbled on that one, but I got out of that because this is usually these get faded, these news events, because we don't have anything concrete, and it went right to the 55 EMA. I am not holding that. There's no way. It's almost 42% up though, so that's cool. No, I can always rebuy dips. And when you get straight up vertical on some kind of news like that, and there's not really any, it's like, hey, yeah, that is a big development that HHS says, y'all need to deschedule it, Health and Human Services. So that is a pretty big deal. Well, let's see if the Fed listens to them. And it's kind of funny as elections coming up, so maybe those blue guys want to use it to help get votes or something. Like they're different, whatever. We won't go into politics here. That's not that fun. Anyway, very nice reaction off that news by a bunch of the weed stocks. Beautiful. Love it. Tilray was doing it too, rallying. We were talking about that the last week, the week before, just all last month. I was about to say all this month. Filled this gap real fast. I mean, this is building up to be pretty good trade setups across the board. And, if we get descheduled weed to 3, that means it can go with bank stuff. It's literally gonna cause multiple X returns on some of these weed stocks. So patience, young grasshopper. If you didn't already get that ride, then I don't care. I'm just some idiot on YouTube. Don't listen to me. But I would not be buying these big pumps right here. Not off that first initial reaction. And we're going into the weekend, a long weekend. No, let's let that. Let's all these guys that are buying this hype move for now. Let's let them sit on that and see if they still feel the same way next week on the short week. And if they do, we start building structure on the weeklies. Let's just look at MJ because that's like the ETF. We start building structure. So you can see this needs a lot of work. See, you can see we got rejected at this point in time every single time. So on one-off pump, I'm not going to sit through that and wait. You can always buy back in. Don't forget that. But we're going to be keeping an eye on this hardcore because it's very important. Blockchain stuff. Let's go over here real quick. Let's go look at our blockchain index, our miner index for the coins. Yeah, see, and look, this has the same structure as like GBDC. Not like exactly the same, but how it's not taking out the previous couple weeks of business. It's kind of hovering atop that business. So that is a little bit interesting. And on the weekly, it actually looks a lot like GBDC. So that's kind of odd. So we have bifurcation there across the board. And so making it a little bit more hard to trade at the moment. Cores, It's kind of just chilling. Ooh, man, dipped all the way down to 55. Man, this bitch is moving all over the place. Getting a little bit. Let's see. Hold on. No, actually, let me take that back. Actually, it's sitting right on the 21 still. Double dojiing. It's doing the double doji dance. As long as this thing is above kind of this swing low at like 55 cent area, it's probably fine. This thing will just move a lot though. It's not heavily traded. Average 10-day volume on it. It's only 560K. So this thing can move very, very quickly with some big players coming in. All right, let's see here. Whoa, Hodl just gave it all up. Oh, this is some bullshit ass crap anyway. Anything rallying super hard? Oh, Neo. Is Neo starting to come back? Whatever. No one cares about that. Well, someone probably does. Oh, look at this. Robinhood. Is Robinhood actually going to make a comeback here? It doesn't look too bad above 1050. Let's see how the monthly close. Yeah, man, that looks like a fairly decent base. And we're getting back above. EMA's pointing back up. Got a little bit of resistance, kind of at this gap, probably at about $12. But hey, not too shabby. I don't like Robinhood as a company, but whatever. I'll trade whatever. All righty, I think that's probably it, y'all. Let's see if psilocybin's getting any love from that weed news. Not super directly, but it looks like a little bit. I almost feel like psilocybin and mushrooms will go like get better scheduling before weed even does. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, this is basing like a mofo, y'all. Like, for real. Look at this. I mean, even highs. I mean, it's pretty much a sideways channel here, little rectangle box. I mean, and this is about to cross up. This could actually start be building up into a really nice chart in the next week or so. Interesting. And this is all the ones I have for. If anyone knows of other stuff for psilocybins, please shoot me some messages on that. All right, I think that's it, y'all. It's Friday, so happy Friday. Y'all didn't get to hear me say all that when I had my mic off like an idiot, but yeah, you know who it is. It's no noise. I'm Z-Rex. It is the first. We're doing this way later now. It's the 1st of September. Yeah, and like I said earlier too, sorry about missing y'all Wednesday. That would have been a really good day to talk about some stuff, but I forgot I had made an appointment with my son. We had to go to Houston to do passport stuff. So we got all our passports squared away, got mine renewed, all that fun crap. You can actually get them in person down in Houston if you make an appointment, which is kind of cool. I got it the same day instead of waiting like 4 months or whatever the hell it is. So that was cool. But anyway, Apple, wow, look at this. What bears what? Fill in the gap. Here's the real test. Will the Bulls be able to get over 191 and fill this gap and sustain said gap? That'll be the test. Let's look at the monthly. Yeah, whatever. It's not. I mean, look, it just retested the 21, just like the majors. Structure. I mean, that's not bearish. All right, let's pull a fib on this. This is going to be an important fib real quick. We go right here to here. So there, yeah. So right above the gap between 786 and 886, pretty much the low 190s. That is the contention point. We start getting comfy above there and take out 194. Shit, dude. Tim Cook is about to be mooning, y'all. Microsoft, not really as good of a looking chart. It's still hovering on its 21. Could you argue longing here? Yeah, you could. This candle is not that great, though. This doji on middle of July. Mega resistance at 344. So, but yeah, you could make that argument because you could easily just stop out below this swing low at about 316. Not bad. Especially with all the other stuff kind of rallying pretty hard. BA. Oh, man, this is a side note. I just keep thinking about it because I'm so excited about it. I'm a gamer. I've been gaming forever since I was probably like 12 or 13 or something. PC gamer. I'm old school. But Starfield's coming out, so I'm just like, I'm trying not to watch all the videos on YouTube because a lot of the, influencers and guys that do channels on YouTube, they get early access. They already all have the game. So they're already posting all this crazy content. And I'm like, no, don't click on it. Don't click on it. But yeah, I'm super stoked. I love Bethesda, and I can't wait to play that next week. So very awesome, fun stuff. And if you are a video gamer and you're just thinking about, well, why am I watching this jackass talk about charts? Trading is actually a lot like video games. So it's an easy transition, that's for sure, I think. Anyway, this isn't a video game channel, so we're not going to talk about all that. Nvidia, Jesus Christ, Nvidia. Are you freaking kidding me? I mean, look at this. It literally is up, up, up. Mega resistance at 550, but Jesus Christ. This is how we were talking about early in August. We were below the magenta candle, but I was like, man, I don't think that this has got the Momo. And if we get back above the magenta candle, it's on again. And here we are. So bullish as F above 460. Yeah, I know. It doesn't make any sense, but markets don't have to make sense. And also, the market is not the economy. I think that's why a lot of people are like, they're merging the two. Markets is not the economy. It's very different. They like maybe they have some crossovers here and there, but just because X is happening in the economy, jobs suck or whatever, that does not really have that much to do with markets, especially nowadays because they just print so much damn money and just so disconnected and all that crap. But yeah, maybe that's the reason. Now I'm kind of thinking of that while I'm doing this stream here live. Like, oh, that kind of makes sense. People are thinking economy. Prices of stuff is still up. A lot of it's hitting up high. I mean, oil's going up now, so we're probably going to get hit on gas, and that's going to raise prices, all the other stuff you do. So people are definitely getting squeezed. But, NVIDIA and all these other companies, they don't give a shit. They're not getting squeezed. All right, Netflix, nothing there. All right, let's see. I think that's it for today. All right, y'all. Let's wrap this biatch up. Uh-oh, Bitcoin's starting to dump more. Man, I mean, there's no doubt that short term, the Bears got the Momo right now. There is no doubt about that. And we are coming down here, 25,000. It kind of does look like the Bears want to go test 24K. Maybe they'll do that this weekend, and we'll kind of get a reaction. Probably a bounce, I would imagine, from the first test. It hasn't tested it since, March. So it's been a while. Let's go to Ethereum real quick, see if it keeps pushing. Keeps on pushing. Yes, it is. Coming up to that 1570 horizontal. Below that, 1512 pretty easily. So, yeah, Bear Momo is definitely building on the low time frames. And like I said earlier, this freaking candle sucks, y'all. This is not a sexy candle. Yes, one candle does not make a trend, but we do need to take forward this information. And that, to me, is telling me on the short time frames that the bears have the Momo now on Bitcoin. So watch out. On the macro, they won't engage until it loses 24. But on the micro time frames, they definitely are making themselves known. So I think the best case scenario is we get some little, for bulls at this point on this kind of structure, is we get some little dumpage over the weekend, because not very many people trade over the weekend anyway. And then that shit gets snapped up as futures open late Sunday. And they'll probably be open for like a couple hours or something on Monday. I don't know the exact hours. Usually that's how they do it. I mean, everything else will be closed, like all the stocks and traditional cash stuff, indexes, all that will be closed. But a lot of times futures will just be open for like a really short period of time. So we'll kind of just see what happens over this weekend. If we did get a little dump to pump and got back up over like 26.5 over this weekend by like Monday or even Sunday night, that would look pretty good. But, that's forecasting and that's opinions, and that doesn't mean shit. We got to read what the chart says right now and just kind of prepare. And the daily is showing that we need to prepare for some downside price action. And let's see, ETH also showing the same thing here. Let's see if the bulls can defend this 1580 horizontal again. If not, watch Ale. And again, it sounds bearish, but there's different time frames. It's not doom and gloom or anything like that. There's just different time frames. People trade on dailies, people trade on hourlies, people trade on weeklies and monthlies, and those all have a little bit different structures to them. And I always default to the highest structure. So I'm extra cautiously. I was just regular cautiously bullish on Monday. Now I'm like super cautiously bullish. And if we get this weekly open and close again below the 21 EMA on Bitcoin and Ethereum and all that stuff, then I will start to change my tune to neutral. And then if it does it again 3 weeks in a row, and especially if that also comes into 24,000 also comes into play, like below that within the next week, um, like by next Sunday, pretty much. If that does breaches and we get open and close for next 2 weeks, man, that's not good. And I will probably have to flip full bearish then. And I will be getting out of lots of positions, that's for sure. All right, that's enough for today. Much love. It's Friday. I hope you all have a happy, awesome weekend. Have a really good Labor Memorial weekend, whichever one it is. I don't remember. But I hope you have an awesome weekend. Be safe out there. If you're going on boats or whatever, that's a common thing to do this weekend. I'll be skipping the lakes this weekend because it gets way too damn crazy. People drive like freaking idiots. Most people can barely back their boat into the water. So I'm not taking mine out there this weekend. I like to go when there's like no one there. Although bikini watching is pretty fun, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, that's it. 24. And if you want to keep this real simple, because I know I've said a lot of stuff, but I try to do that for different perspectives because there's so many different ways to skin the cat. And I just want to finish on this note. Horizontals kind of can trump almost most everything. And so if you don't want to think too much, you don't even want to have any of this shit on your chart, you can literally look at it like this. And as long as it's holding these local highs, then it's okay. And our range is 24 to 31K. And until it's really out of that range, we can't really get too heavy on either side, bull or bear. So I'm going to finish with that thought. Much love, guys. I will see y'all Monday morning. Have a great weekend. This has been No Noiz. I am Z Rex. Peace.